Good morning Twitch and good morning YouTube. Welcome to my tutorial run. This is something I've wanted to do for a while. I wanted to do a guide for a real long time, but I didn't like the way it was going, so I decided I'm just going to do a run from very start to very end and just narrate it as I go. So if anything extremely bad happens and I have to reset the run, I will just delete this and make a new one, but hopefully this works the first time. And let's make sure that I'm streaming on the right. I am. We're good. We are good. Okay, so I'm gonna start all the way from the opening. I'm gonna create a new profile. This is something I just suggest everyone do. Make it your runs file or whatever, it doesn't matter. Ruins, we could do that too. This one doesn't super matter. I mean, make it the no subtitles, no tutorials. I don't do Guildmaster help. This is the profile you're gonna do every run on that you ever do. So go ahead and turn off these three. Okay, we did that. Video, just set this to whatever you like. I put mine on max. I put my brightness up too, as well. Okay, audio. That's just your preference, but just realize that it's gonna be your audio for every time you play. Your key setup. This is all preference too. Can't remember how I do this. I think that's actually 3. Yeah, that's how that works. Cool. Just have everything set up. Okay, so we went through our settings and stuff. Now what happens is that you make your new ruins. You go ahead and hit start. Let it load, and then as soon as you can, hit the escape button to pause the game. So, right here. Cool, you just open the game. Go ahead and hit hero save and just save a slot. Cool. This is how you make your profile. Now, anytime you want to reset, all you do is hit load and you just load this. And then you would just restart your timer. Boom is when I would hit my timer. And that's all there is to that. So I'm gonna go ahead and go back to my other profile that I already used for my runs. Let's get rid of this one that I just did. Okay, cool. I have a test profile too. I can go over why I have that in a bit. Most people who run this game already have their practice profile, but yeah, let's go to my run profile. This is the one that I've set up for runs. I hit continue, and notice there's only one save slot. That's because I use this. I use it all the time. And yeah, I was looking at the time. I was worried about it, but nope, we're good. So let's go ahead and start the run. As far as when you start your timer, I start mine right as the screen goes black. Right there. Cool. So, a lot of this game's gonna be pathing, so hopefully this will be your one-stop, all-needs place to go, because I'm gonna go through the entire run, and I'm gonna talk about the little bit of quirks and strategies that go on with running the game. I don't know why I have a border around my game. It's actually freaking me out, but actually it looks kind of neat. I don't know what that is. It's really weird. Basically, we just roll. Hopefully no one stops me, okay. It's a little bit faster than walking. Alright, there. I had my item on 1, and so I just hit my 1 button to give it to her. I didn't talk to her, which saves you like a second, but at the beginning, you've got to do deeds, like good or bad deeds, to get coins, and that's what I'm doing right now. Here, if you hit tab and click back and forth, it'll go really fast, and that's how I click through that as quickly as I do. Same thing here, tab and click. Here you gotta avoid the guards too, because you'll get stopped, which is really annoying. As far as the pathing goes to this game, and as far as the strats, these are my strats. Not every one of my strats may be the absolute best for every single segment of the run, but I do have world record right now, and I thought that it would be appropriate for me to just kind of sit here and do this run. I'm not actually gonna time this run. I could look at the time later for fun, but I'm gonna be stopping a lot and kind of just explaining things that go on. And as far as Twitch goes, I'll try to react to chat and stuff too. So what's up, KJ Freshly? Okay, so you don't want to run in the walls. A lot of this part doesn't have necessarily anything special in it. It's just a matter of doing it quickly. By the way, chat, if I get to a part and you guys have questions, please let me know. I'd love to answer a bunch of stuff for you guys. Alright, so coming up is one of the more important parts of the guild training. It's the beetles. This is kind of what makes or breaks this split. So I run up, if they're kind of close, I just hit 2 of them, or if they're kind of far away like that. The idea of hitting just 2 of them is that you can get a double hit. We'll see if I can get one. There's one right here. Right there. Whoops. Got another double hit though. And I missed one twice, I guess. So that wasn't bad. But sometimes if you can hit all 3 really fast, go ahead, you can get a triple hit. But if they're kind of far away like that, I try to just hit 2 of them or whatever I could do to hit multiple beetles with one swing. So you could argue, I guess, that that's RNG, but really it's, I mean, if you're missing like I was just then you're losing time off performance, not so much RNG. Oh yeah, something weird happened during your run for Maze, I believe might be what you're talking about, and I will answer that in this run. Oops. Cool. You just gotta hit her 7 times, I don't care how you do it. We go ahead and roll into her, just so it doesn't take not so much swing space. And so she won't freaking miss. She'll miss you if you just sit there. Yeah, what's up, Major Tom? So hit her 3 times, then she kind of does her thing. She'll hop, and then you hit her 4 times. That's kind of the trick, I guess. Cool. Right there, you can I'm gonna sit here and just talk about that. Right there, he highlighted kind of green. And so I turned my camera to where it would highlight him green, and then I hit tab and talk to him, and it'll skip you all the way here, instead of actually having to wait for him to get to the archery place. Cool. There's a little bug here in the game that's really nice. You just shoot the Guildmaster 4 times, and it skips the timed part of the archery challenge or whatever. Again, I talked to him early, so it would skip him all the way over here. A lot of that stuff's easy to imitate, so I don't necessarily have to explain why it works. Right there, to start the timer. To start the timer, you have to make sure you actually electrocute one dummy at least, or at least shoot electrocute. You don't even have to hit a dummy with it. Then once the timer starts, you hit the Guildmaster 4 times. So make sure you don't do that a little bit prematurely. And then I'm just going to be talking about kind of tips as I go. Target him right off the bat here and run towards him. Sometimes you can get an actual hit like that. It's just a little bit faster. Cool. Target him again so that my character automatically turns towards where he's going. And I'll have to look for him on the mini-map. He always teleports again, yeah. Cool. Then I hold... Kind of damn, that was dumb. You could do actions during the cutscenes just a little bit, and so if you can run towards this door a little bit while you're in that cutscene, it's a little time save. Cool. That's our guild master, or that's the guild training section. I hit my split once the quest complete comes up right here, right there. There it is. Cool. Now, I went and grabbed Assassin's Rush. That's like the most used spell in the game. And I'll show you real quick. Down here, number 8. It always pops up on number 8 first. That's just how it is. So I just keybind my number 8 spell to whatever I want to use for it. That way, during the run, I don't have to move it around. So that's another up to 3 or 4 seconds time save if you just don't if you don't have to re-keybind 8, or if you don't have to remove your Assassin's Rush during the run. Cool, so now we're on the Wasp Queen. You're lightning the first 2 right there that are chasing people. And then it's basically the beetles right here, you just hit them. Sometimes you can grab like the little health potion and stuff. The only reason I do that is because the only reason I do that is just in case I accidentally pick up a I messed this up. Okay, so let me tell you what happens here. I know I kind of kept myself off. I was thinking, you hit the Wasp Queen 3 times, and he'll go into his he'll go into an immunity state, or she. And then you let her spin, and then you hit her 6 times. I accidentally was swinging at her like crazy, but you only need to hit her 3 times right off the bat. Otherwise, you're just sitting there and watching her be immune. Picking up the health potion and the pie is not as important as I was trying to make it sound. Yeah, KJ, I'll be looking into your run to see what happened. Okay. So I'm gonna go through this pretty slow. This is Bowerstone, right? You go to the trader and you're gonna do an exploit here. The exploit is just basically you buy and sell things. You buy it for cheaper than you sell it back to him. So you're making money just buying and selling things from the same guy. So there's a certain sequence you do to the first time you do this to right here. You go to sell, go to your potions, sell all your res files and health potions. Alright, you just do that, then you buy, go to produce, buy all the apple pies, buy all the grain sacks. go to sell. We're gonna sell them all back. Sell all of them at the same time. And you can use your WASD to help you do this. Then you're gonna go to buy, go to others, buy a rod and a fishing rod and a spade, and then go ahead and grab all the potions he has. You should have about a little over 2,000. I think normally it's like 2053. Since I grabbed that extra health potion, it's 2098. Both of those are fine. You want to practice that sequence a lot. And then here, you talk to Maze, and then you go here. You need to sell first. You need to sell your bow. And then there's two reasons that's really helpful. One, it automatically equips this new bow that you have, and the other one is that you can't afford it unless you sold it. So cool. So now I've automatically got the ebony longbow equipped. And then here's a little helpful nugget of wisdom here. Hit your F4 key. It'll open up your items. And just go down here and drag off 3 of these things that you want to use for your Aegis potions. And that's before you grab that Aegis of Might potion. Okay, so here I hit my F4 key again. I hit others, guild seal, and I use that. That's the fastest way to use your guild seal. You don't need to be holding the G button for every time you want to use your guild seal. This is important to protect Orchard Farm, take quest, and boast. It just ports you out here. It's the only time you boast in the whole game. That we are on our way. Fishing's RNG. You basically just have to get used to it and kind of you'll get used to certain patterns. I take my left finger, just boom, I'm clicking it like crazy. But I'm also like a little leery, so. Okay. So I grabbed my Aegis of Skill Potion. It popped down there as number 7. Because earlier we removed the 3 icons from our spell bar. So it's automatically gonna fill in where it needs to go. Which is really nice. And it saves time. And prevents your game from crashing. There's a crash that'll happen if you take something from your items, or whether it be from your items or your spell book or whatever, and you drag it down there while you're replacing something. It'll bug the game and crash it. It's really weird. So you want to remove stuff from your bar before you add stuff to it. Okay, so I just grabbed my Master Will Potion. We go ahead and decide that we need that still because it helps increase our will power, and you can just use it at any time. So I just now used it. So coming up in the Orchard Farm quest, the most important thing is your combat multiplier. You want to get your combat multiplier to 12. Is the perfect number. You could get by with a run that has it at 11. In fact, I can't remember if I get 11 or 12 for the world record, but basically you want to make sure that your combat multiplier is 12 right before you use your Aegis potions, and your Aegis potions will give you experience that's like 1,000 times your multiplier. So you just shoot these guys from afar, and then target this guy, one of the guards, and use lightning on him twice. You can kind of spread it out so that, you know, your multiplier isn't going down. And then you want to head towards this door. Be careful of the crossbow guy. He'll actually hit you. If he hits you, it ruins your combat multiplier. After the second wave, just shoot these guys. I try to do it right before it starts going down. I waited just barely too long. Also, another pro tip, don't Don't grab any of the items. Okay, so we only got 11, which is fine. That's what's gonna happen to most people as they're starting to run this game. I'm not sure what I did to get 11. I may have just been waiting around too long. But that's fine. That's what's gonna happen to most people, so we'll see how to, we'll figure out a way to go around that, which is not really anything different. You just miss one ability. Cool, and that would be another split.
You have reached unsung status.
And right, if anyone in my chat has any advice too, they'll be throwing it up there, and you'll be able to see that YouTube as they do that. You can always throw a little bit lower lightning, will help too. I generally get 12 every time, though while I'm explaining it, I may be just a little going a little slower than I normally would for certain things. Alright, up here, little bitty tip, you gotta just go ahead and hit this guy. You can hit him with lightning, you hit him with the bow, it doesn't matter. If you don't hit him with a bow, it's gonna trigger a cutscene. That's just annoying and takes time, so you wanna hit that guy. After the Orchard Farm quest, you wanna keep running and going where I'm going, right? I'm going to the Greatwood Cullis Gate, and it's just opening this other teleport point. Okay, so go ahead and come in here, grab your quest, and then we're gonna learn the abilities that we need to learn. I'm gonna go ahead and remove. This is just where I put my spells, so don't worry. So get 3 physique. You can get 3 health. It's not a big deal. A lot of people do. 4 speed, 3 accuracy. And then you get multi-strike. Your surround spell is summon. This is for my trick. You use a get physical shield, assassin rush, multi-arrow, and then because we got 11 and not 12, we can't get magic power 1, but it's not really anything to worry about. Alright, so use your guild seal, go back to Cullis Gate, and we're gonna start doing the escort quest. We're gonna do, this is my trick, not everyone does this, but we're gonna do the summon clip, and you'll see this is just how I do the run. Because there's a bandit here, which is RNG by the way, there's not always gonna be a bandit or a hob, either of those work. Because there is one here, we're gonna go ahead and kill it with our summon guy and make him turn into one of these, which you have to do for the clip. So I hit him twice. Then I summoned my guy. Okay, cool. That's the fastest way to do it. And you kind of just walk behind the bandit and kind of bump him towards your summon guy so he doesn't miss. That can take a really long time, so that's something to practice too. Cool. So now we're on the escort quest. I went ahead and put on multi-arrow because I'm gonna shoot this guy and kill him. Instead of going through his cutscene, I just charge my multi-arrow all the way, and it one hit KOs him. Oh, that's really weird. Oh, your practice. The reason your practice will already be set to bandit is if you save the game when your summon is set to a bandit, it'll save it that way. How's it going, Adam? We're doing the tutorial run. Adam T in my chat, he was the previous world record holder. Phenomenal runner. And really knows a lot about the game. So we're making a tutorial run at them for YouTube. So I'm gonna be talking about what I do for the run. Cool. Right here, I find out whichever one's kind of further behind. They're both pretty much even. And I just one-shot them with the bow. And then I hit my map so I can see exactly when he starts turning around. As soon as he starts moving, you can go through this door. If you go earlier, he won't follow you. And then you'll be like, oh, I'm dumb. But you're not dumb. I took off my shield just so I wouldn't be losing out on mana. Like I can regain mana a little bit. Cool. I may use some of your written notes or something, but just chill, ask questions that you have, and I'll try to respond. Alright, so you want to shoot this guy in the face. Face shot, and then move around. Face shot. Move around, have your multi-arrow on. Cool, he's done. Some people wait for the experience, I don't. So, you don't need to. Cool, so based off the time that it is right now, see how it's like almost nighttime in the very top right corner of my screen? That means we're gonna have to sleep 2 times while we're here. Which is not a big deal. So, since I need to sleep twice, I sleep here, and I sleep here. And then you wait right outside the door. Don't run in. And I'll explain why. The reason why is that when you sleep, it waits. It cuts out all your spell usage, right? You can't use spells until you wake up. And I'm going to explain that before I do this. It won't let you use any spells until you wake up. So if you run through that door too early and you still can't use your abilities, it'll lock you out of using your abilities for the rest of the run, which is obviously a reset. Cool. So this is the second and last time we use the abuse trader exploit. So this doesn't have as specific of a layout, but you just buy, you go to gifts, you buy all the potions you can. You sell them back. Oops, sell them all back at the same time. I kind of messed that up. You do this a few times. Okay, now I have about 14,000. That's fine. So once you have about 13,000, you can buy, or 12.5 thousand, you can buy most of the emeralds and start trading that. Cool. But once you start doing the buy and trade emeralds, go ahead and buy your potions. And then I would go ahead and buy wedding rings and emeralds. And I sell them all at the same time. I keep messing up. And you're basically going to do this until you have about 105 to 120,000 of gold. And right there, I'm using a lot of my WASD buttons. Cool, 108, that's gonna be okay. Cool. I ran into the box like an idiot, but now we're gonna do what's called the summon clip. This is one of the things that I do in my runs. Not everyone does this, but like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and just show you my strategy. So instead of going back to the guild to get your quest, you're gonna run straight into the cave like I just did, right? And then we're gonna clip through this gate. This is just how you do it. So you run, you don't have to take off your shield like I did. You just run up here next to this, right? Hit your summon button and then use your assassin rush. And that's how you get through it pretty much every time. You don't have to move your camera or anything, you just do that. Your summon does have to be a bandit or a hob. It could be either one, and it'll work. So right here, I'm about to pick up a Aegis of Skill potion. I just drag one off at a time for this, because you're gonna go by and pick up stuff, so just kind of follow my lead on that, and then if you can experiment with faster ways of doing it, but it's just that way I don't have to go through my potions and drag it all the way to my bar. That only took me like 0.5 seconds or something, so. Cool. Okay, so we're gonna go through here. Quick tip here, some people charge the guild seal, some people do F4. I just run right there. And that's gotta be the quickest way. Cool. First thing you do here, pick up the quest. Don't forget to pick up the quest. Second thing you do, you go here and you buy stuff. Actually, you sell stuff. My apologies. Sell your ebony longbow. Go ahead and buy your master greatsword. And your master longbow. And potions. Awesome. Now go ahead and equip everything. Hit F5 to pull up your weapons. Hit F7 to pull up your outfits. And then put on your bandit uniform. Make sure you don't put out your bandit uniform before you talk to a trader, because it makes all the prices go up. And I'm not exactly sure why, but that's how it works. Cool. Now, just to check if you did everything correctly, when you go and hit your guild seal, the Twindit camp, I'm pointing at my screen, you can't see that. The bandit camp should have this gold emblem. If it doesn't have a gold emblem, you didn't grab the quest, or something's kind of weird. So just make sure that gold emblem's there before you teleport. Cool. Talk to this guy. I use tab and left click again to kind of go through that real quick. Okay, about to pick up another potion, so just drag that off your bar. Cool. Go ahead and grab your bow. You've got multi-arrow, so you should one-shot this guy easy. Just run towards him, grab that. I don't talk to him. If you could talk to him from afar and be like really good at it, it's probably just about the same speed. Cool. So, whether you talk to him or kill him, that's your choice. Use lightning to get rid of that. And F4 again to... The reason I use lightning is exactly what just happened. I didn't want to grab the carrot. So, at least you got to see why I didn't want to do it. Cool. Now we're ready to fight good old Twin Blade. If you have multi-arrow at this point, just get rid of it. You need to not have it. Not for this fight, but for the next split. Yeah, it makes you appear more evil. That's exactly what Adam's saying in my chat. That's why the bandit gear messes you up. Cool. So you just boost around this guy and hit him. The fight here is you can only really damage him when he does a certain move. So if he doesn't do the move that you want him to do, you just assassin rush behind him and interrupt him by hitting him without multi-strike. So you saw the move, obviously, that I wanted him to use, this one right here. And that's the fight. I'm going to turn to my right and use Assassin Rush on one of these guys. You'll see right there. That's a minimal trick, but... Cool. And then this split will end when the quest complete happens. Cool, I'm spamming my F4. And we're going back to the guild. I don't grab any spells here. Some people do. Don't. I don't have strong opinions about things, but you don't need any more abilities until you go to the arena.
That was a very impressive victory, hero. Maze has more news for you as a guild. I suggest you return here.
Cool. This next quest is why you want to make sure that you got rid of the rest of your multi-arrow. Go ahead and spam F4 again during the saving, the autosave. Oops, I didn't spam it enough. And go to which would kill us. Yes, that's absolutely right. You need to use the sword the whole time on that bandit. Make sure you're not punching him. I only punched him the first time. After that, you need to use the sword because you'll 2-cycle him if you're using the sword to interrupt his attacks. Grab the potion right there. Not the will potion, but the Aegis of Will potion. That's really important. Alright, this room is why this is the exact room that you need to not have a multi-arrow on. So make sure you don't have multi-arrow on. Then you're just gonna hit these in this order. Ah, I missed it. That's funny. Cool. Then assassin rush right in there. And this is saving the finding the archaeologist. Cool.
Sir, the archaeologist is alive.
Now, instead of going back to the guild, like Maze is saying, we're gonna go ahead and run to to Knothole Glade. Just because you're closer right now than you would be if you were to grab the quest. So this is all just pathing stuff. So right now, if you are wondering if you have all the potions you should have 1 Aegis of Skill, 2 Aegis of Will, and 1 Aegis of Skill. Might. I don't know which one I didn't say, but that's 1 red, 1 yellow, 2 blue. There we go. You don't need to fish there. Cool, this is where,
This is the village of Knothole Glade. It's under attack by Balverines, so its gates are barred.
Okay, cool. Now you go back to the guild. Let's grab the quest, and then we're just gonna run back. Run back to here. Cool. Knothole Glade. Once you get here, you'll want to hit escape for the little quest accepted that pops up, and then put on multi-arrow. Okay. Now, discharge and one-shot these guys. You have to turn away for them to spawn, which is really weird. I don't know why that is. So just kind of follow what I'm doing here. Cool. Keep your bow out. Go and zip as fast as you can to where he is and just start shooting him with lightning. You don't want him to run very far if you can help it. And then set this up. Ready? You'll watch this. I'm gonna interrupt his... Cool. Yeah, I interrupted his howl. That saves a lot of time. That's a little hard to explain right now, but you definitely want to do that. You just wait until he gets to where he's gonna start howling. Okay, same thing here. You're just gonna cancel his little animation. Cool. Now, I'm gonna put on my augment. I opened my weapon directly by hitting F5. F5 is your defaulted weapons menu. Just get to him as quick as you can and... Cool. Alright, make sure you go ahead and put on physical shield. You could run over these. It could be a res file. That could be useful. As far as this quest goes, you don't need multi-arrow. And then anything that's going on my chat, those are other pros. So definitely listen to what they have to say. Aim over his left shoulder. Hit him. Cool. You could get a headshot there, but it doesn't happen very often. Cool. You're just gonna keep hitting them over and over. You're gonna want to get here. You cannot get hit without your shield on. You can get hit with your shield, but even then you want to be leery because it's easy to die. Now here you want to make sure you get 21 combat multiplier. Okay. As soon as you get 21, you use your potions. Use your guild seal and go back to Knothole Glade. You don't need to kill every Balverine in the world. You just need to get 21 and get out. Cool. And that's the deal for that. That's the split. Cool. Now we're getting ready for the arena. We're gonna go back to the Heroes Guild.
You have reached familiar status.
And we're gonna get our spells ready. So go ahead and grab the quest. And let's get our ability. Let's just get stuff dragged off our bar. Cool. I'm just getting ready for this. Cool. Strength goes up by 1. Speed and accuracy go up by 1. Inflame. Get Inflame 3. You have to have Inflame 3. Multi-strike 2. Force push 2. Alright, that's all you need out of surround. Physical shield 2 is a recommended. Okay, so then you got all this stuff. You can get magic power. I'm actually not going to get physical shield 2. Don't tell anyone. I'm just going to get magic power. That's however you want. Cool, let's go to Battlefields. Once you get all your abilities, go to Battlefields. And then you're going to want to move around your abilities the way you want them set up. So let's do that. I like I'm just moving this just the way that I personally prefer them. Although keep 2 open so that crud, that's not what I meant to do. I accidentally dragged it right off my bar. Cool. And then hold shift, make sure your mouse is set up right if you're using a mouse for spells. The risk of having 1 physical shield is you get hit a lot harder, but I'm gonna go ahead and go for the magic power right now. I probably would go for physical shield too. I'm looking into a more offensive option, but the world record I believe has, maybe it's not the world record, but grab those 2 potions. Let's say that. I think the world record may have physical shield 1. I can't remember. Alright, so we're gonna be risky. We're gonna have physical shield 1. That's basically what I'm saying. So that was just pathing. Just make sure you're following. If you're learning to run, make sure you're just going everywhere I'm going. We're running to the arena now. There's not really any tricks yet. Once we get into the arena, I'll talk about everything. We'll get really into it. Another option with all the experience that you have could be slow time. I'm gonna look into see if I can get a maybe another multi-strike, but the multi-strike might cost too much. I'm gonna see what all I can get. Instead of getting physical shield 2, I'm gonna look into see what else I could get, and I'll probably put that down below if you're watching YouTube. Cool. Alright. So we're in the arena. Cool. Here, hit your F7. Don't have your bandit outfit on. You can't really even talk to this guy and get the potions, by the way. And it makes everything cost more. Okay, buy all the augments. Okay, once you buy them, hit F5, go to your ranged, and put the silver augment in your range. You should have 2 silver in your ranged weapon, in your master longbow. Master greatsword, add all of the other ones. Cool. Then you just kind of sit here and wait. I talked to him. I don't know if you need to. I don't think you do. But now you just wait. The goal here is to get at least 85 combat multiplier. That's pretty hard for a lot of new guys who are running this for the first time, but you guys got it. I believe in you. I actually had enough, just in relation to my chat, I had enough to get Physical Shield 2, but I'm all about playing by my own rules, you know, and just getting magic power. But I did have enough for Physical Shield 2, so definitely was not the reason I didn't get it. I just, for whatever reason, I wanted to play a little riskier. Okay, before we get into this, you should have Inflame 3. You inflame all the wasp, and this is how you get your combat multiplier. You spam force push on the bodies. So, the bug that can happen here, that I've seen people kind of run into, they're doing this and then all of a sudden they stop getting combat multiplier. The reason, and the only reason I know that this happens, is if you put on multi-strike. Do not put on multi-strike unless you need to. You can't go up in multiplier with multi-strike on. Unless you use it, obviously, then you won't have it on anymore. So if you accidentally put it on when you don't need it, just try to use it as quick as you can. Go. Obviously hit left click. Just keep spamming. You can whack all these guys just one time with the Berserk to a sword. Cool. Cool. Just reapply Berserk as needed. Adam, if you have any advice for the guys watching this, definitely put that down here. Adam has the fastest arena in the world, even though my overall run is fast. So definitely listen to anything he has to say that's different than what I'm doing. Obviously, if it's the same, listen to both of us. Use multi-strike for the fat guys. It didn't kill him because my deal was wearing off. Cool. Just keep spamming. You want to get as much multiplier as you can at all times. Whenever you get Berserk, whether it's going on or going off, if you roll, you can cancel it. It'll cancel the animation of him turning into the Berserk, the Hulk, or not. Use your arrows for this first round. You hardly need to charge it at all. You tried it more than that though. But you hardly need to charge it at all. Second round, I use Inflame. Okay. The reason is it takes 2 Inflames to kill them all. Or to kill them each, so. Wow, I can't believe one hopped up. That's really bad luck. I mean, it's not like it's gonna ruin the run, but just takes time that doesn't need to be taken. Cool, go ahead and use your Inflame. If there's a lot of Balverines, use Inflame for the normal Balverines. For the white Balverines, you want to use your bow. And he's killing himself over here. You don't really need to charge that much either for that. See, I just killed like 4 at once or whatever. Cool, there's not enough to... Okay, there's only white Balverines left. Okay, go ahead and put up your bow before you talk to her. As soon as the announcer starts talking, talk to Whisper, and it'll skip that. Okay, go ahead and use Berserk for this. This is turns into a beetle thing where you just hit them all once. Good, I try to get rid of the one she's hitting. If you can knock her away, it's not bad either. Use multi-strike and Berserk for the big guys. Cool. Be leery of your mana too. I wasn't, obviously, because that was really low. You can easily lose your multiplier on this round. Really, because you don't think about getting hit, but you get hit all the time on this round. Cool, there's one more round of this. Yeah, well, I missed that. Ah, dang it. Whisper's the worst person in this game, by the way. There you go. I went ahead and used Inflame. Cool. Go ahead and use your Inflame for this too. Or your Berserk. Grab the, I like to grab the old archers first. If they're dizzy on the ground, use Inflame. Go ahead and keep spamming. We got 85 already, but you can go for higher. So I'm gonna go for 100. If I get 100, I'm definitely gonna use it no matter what. I might even use it at 95. I saw some guy dizzy on the ground, that's why I kind of used Inflame there. Okay, I went ahead and used it. I accidentally put on multi-arrow, or multi-strike. So 95 is more than enough. Really is. So the reason I went ahead, another reason I went ahead and used Physical Shield 1 is just to show you what happens if you can't afford Physical Shield 2, which it happens to new runners. Your shield's gonna get destroyed. Okay, go ahead and take off your weapon. Yeah, you can definitely get 100, but if you get like 90 or 95 or more, it's perfect. It really is. Cool. Just use multi-strike on him twice. Cool. Then put your weapon away. The reason you put your weapon away is that if you accidentally talk to her too early, I'll just do it real quick. You have to wait for him to take out his weapon again. That's really annoying. So, cool. I'm gonna show you my trick for this. Not everyone does the same trick. Just get on the far side of one of them. Get multi-strike on. Use assassin rush on him, and then he's gonna be looking around. So, I use 4 multi-strikes in a row if I can get a assassin rush in. Just like that. And he took my... Okay, I tried to get rid of my shield. He accidentally took my shield away. Come on. And then Whisper. Being Whisper, she can't help it. She's... Okay, gonna rush. Put on Berserk. I rushed again just to be safe. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rush. 1, 2, 3, 4. Every 4 I rush. Go. Dead. Okay, so the fight coming up is the hardest fight in the game. It's just what it is. Cool. This is definitely the hardest fight. You have to make sure that you have full mana. Not close, but full. Get to the side of him and start swinging. That happens. Not a big deal. Multi-strike, normal strike, multi-strike, normal strike. You'll see how that works. You'll swing once, and then you'll swing again, and then you'll put on multi-strike. And this fight also gets changed if you only have physical shield 1. So physical shield 2 is definitely the best to have, as far as I know. Okay, I need full, not close, but full. Yeah, get by his claw, he bugs out there. And just follow what I'm doing. And this is a good Arachna, it really is. Cool, I have full. Cool. That's the hardest fight in the game. It really is. Now here is different. This is a put on multi-strike after you kill Arachna. Get your weapon out. This is a minor save, but it's a big deal. Talk to her. And then now, just swing at her once. Oops. Swing at her. Ah! Come on. I never have had this happen. There we go. And I swung too early. Okay, so you want to hit her twice, and then get away from her. And as soon as she starts throwing a grenade, run at her. Let me explain that. So the way the Whisper fight works, after the Arachna fight, I put on multi-strike and I have my weapon out. Alright, it's gonna start you that way when you start the fight. So all you have to do is hit her, right? I was too busy trying to explain it to actually hit her. I swung too late. And then, while she's trying to get up, hit her again. You'll find that sweet spot. It's kind of a weird time when to hit her. Then, after the second multi-strike, get away from her. She's gonna hop back or something and start throwing grenades. She's gonna be immune until she starts throwing a grenade. So as soon as she starts throwing a grenade, assassin rush and hit her with multi-strike again. And that's it. That's the whole arena. That's the hardest part of the game, in my opinion. Cool. So now we're on to a less fun part. So have your questions ready, boys. I got plenty of stuff to talk about. Cool. As soon as you're out of here, go to Borrow Fields. And go to the Gray House. You need to go here before you do anything else. It sets up the quest. If you don't go here, you can't get the quest. So, you need to do it. Cool. Spamming F4 during save. Go to the arena, or to the Heroes Guild, not to the arena entrance. I almost messed it up. But. Cool, grab the quest. And then we're gonna get the rest of our abilities. This is the rest of our abilities for the whole game. If you need to drag anything off your bar at this time to set up a spell, do that. Max out your physique. Max out your speed and your accuracy. Go to your will. Get Inflame 4, Multi-Strike 4. Surround spells, slow time 2. I do slow time 2. That's pretty important. Go ahead and get Physical Shield 3 and Berserk 3. You can't max either of those out. It won't let you, so don't feel like you'll accidentally do it. Okay, I got, what did I get? Let me just look real quick before I got Assassin Rush maxed out. That's so important. Multi-Arrow maxed out's pretty important too. And then just get as much magic power as you can. Which I couldn't get all of it, which that's not a big deal. You don't need all of it. The least important one is magic power. If you get magic power 6 like I just did, it's not ever gonna change the game for you at all. Cool. So go to F6. I don't know why it didn't put slow time where I needed it. So I hit F6 and put slow time where I wanted it, which is on my 3 button. Cool. This is the last time you gotta buy and sell or anything. So go here.
You come to the right place.
I only have 40,000, so I need to sell stuff. If you have 70,000 or more, you're fine. But I don't. So go ahead and buy all of his diamonds and just sell his. This is like a backup strat. So just buy and sell diamonds back and forth. Now, if you have over 75,000, you're gonna be fine. I think it's 75,000. Cool. Weapons. This is what I kind of messed up. Sell your greatsword. Yes, okay. This is what I messed up a little bit. Let's go back. Before I did this, we're gonna analyze what happened. What you get here, the first thing you do is sell your sword. Sell your greatsword. Then, if you don't have 75,000, buy and sell diamonds. Cool. So buy the Soul's Greatsword. It's the best sword in the game. And then buy his potions. Cool. Yeah, see how I have 23,000? It's because I got too much gold. I forgot to sell the weapon right off the bat. So, if I could go back and do that, I would, but I can't. Yeah, Adam's definitely right. I definitely was supposed to just buy. I was definitely just supposed to sell the sword. I was thinking ahead too far. Cool. Go ahead and have multi-strike on. You're gonna need that at some point in this quest. Brain fart hype, exactly. Okay.
The minion summoner has erected a barrier.
Cool. Oops. Hit this guy once with multi-strike. And multi-strike. Yeah, hit him once with multi-strike. Put your weapon up and start running. I've never hit that barrel before. I didn't know that was a thing. I figured this kind of stuff would happen whenever I did the tutorial run. I figured that I would kind of be farting on some of it, just because I'm trying to explain it at the same time that I'm doing it, and I don't want anything to be too terribly fast. So, yeah. All right, there's a trick to this room, and I'll show you once we get there. What you normally have to do in this room is that you have to kill everyone in here. And then you save the archaeologist. But with a trick that we do, you only have to kill 2 of these guys. And they're the 2 at the very end. So run all the way. As soon as you get on this bridge, slow time. As soon as you get on it, you can't really assassin rush on the bridge. Cool, then use this 4 times, and flame 4 times. And 4. Cool. That's the end of that quest. Now, we're gonna teleport out of here and back to here. Doesn't matter where you teleport to. You don't have to go to Heroes Guild, you can go anywhere you want. Just roll off of this and back on it. And go back to the prison path. The reason we do that is it's actually faster to do that than it is to run all the way back up the prison path. And then just roll back out the door. That's a small time save too. It's a significant amount of time, but it's just kind of a small trick. You can, yeah, Adam has a good point. You can also multi-strike them. I'm not sure which one's I've never multi-striked them before. I don't know if that's faster or not. If it is, I'll definitely be adopting that, not adapting. I guess both. Okay, so you're gonna trigger the little cutscene here. You have to be careful here. You can kind of mess this up. But you gotta get all 5 pieces or however many pieces of the armor here. You wanna go back to this and grab it. Do not talk to him first. Grab this, then talk to him. I've messed that up before. That'll lose you about 25 seconds. So that's really significant. You just gotta memorize where these all are. There's nothing more to it than that. You dig, you fish, and you do your thing. So you dig first, then you're gonna fish up here. Which remember, fishing is just RNG. Cool. That's good RNG for fishing. Okay, so you dig one, you fish one, and then you come in here, do your thing. And that's after you grab the helmet, so. You grab one, you dig one, you fish one. You get one out of the coffin, and then you go to his little coffin. Just hit tab as soon as you can. And then roll. You don't want to try to assassin rush into that door. He'll get in your, the guard will get in your way every time, or whatever that guy, the guide, whatever he is. Okay, put on multi-strike. Swing at this guy, then hit Q. Don't hit right click, hit Q, and then you can hit right click. It'll make you do an extra swing that you don't want to do if you hit right click first. Or, sorry, by hit Q I mean, you know, resheath your weapon. You can, whatever button that is for you. Cool, then you just gotta kind of lure these guys. Come on. As far as I know, there's no great way of doing this. Ah, you little butthead. There you go. Slow time here and do inflame twice. Cool. That's that split. Cool, now we're just in the part where we need to get captured or whatever. The, that boss, it bugs out. I don't know why it shows you him early, but it does. Just so you guys know, as far as, and I can highlight this, but there's been rumors of a Kraken skip, and I'm pretty sure I debunked it the other day. I was able to clip during the Kraken fight, and I did not skip. It did not skip anything. So I just had to try to go back in there and fight them. Wasn't during a run, of course, it's just during fun times. Make sure you go the right way, not the left way. Whenever a nymph is on my screen, I hit my map button. Because I don't want to side dash her, because it's really dumb. You can just tell where she is. Alright, I flamed twice. This is probably just the most boring part of the run. Not running, but there's like a cutscene here that we can't skip. So normally this is after... Oh, I got the hiccups. Sorry, guys. After the cutscene starts and stuff, I normally go to the restroom or grab some water or some things, but I won't this time. I'll be trying to answer questions in chat and whatnot. Okay, you need force push still on your bar. I was kind of reading chat prematurely. Cool. Go ahead and use force push though, you don't have to. I didn't do it when I needed to. If you use force push at the right time, it'll push him back. Okay. This is just a cutscene, you can't do anything about it. You just sit here and wait until they drag you into whatever.
You'll need it then. And don't try any of that funny will stuff. It won't work in here. The boss made sure.
Okay. If we have any crashes happen, that'll be unfortunate. This is something you never do during a run. Well, no, I can't hero save. It'll mess up my deal. Never mind. Never mind. I don't want to mess up my profile. Okay. I'm just thinking about things. I'm going back. This is YouTube. If you don't have any questions, and I'm going to talk about some stuff, but if you feel pretty confident about what's happened so far, you could skip until just skip until after I start running away from the prison again or whatever. The races are not anything weird. You can look at it one time and you'll know how to do it. There's a little trick when you're sneaking around the Morin trying to get the poem or the whatever, the what is it, the lock code. But you could just watch that one time. You don't have to watch this cutscene at all. As far as what's happened in the run so far, then I would change. After the arena, when I got Soul's great sword, I needed to make sure that I sold my sword before I judged how much gold I had. I was just not thinking about it. And other than that, I feel okay about what else happened. I would have gotten physical shield 2 in a run for the arena. I wouldn't have gotten up the willpower. That's more important. It's easier to get higher combat multiplier with physical shield 2, but not everyone can afford physical shield 2 when they get to that point, when they're starting to run the game, so that's why I went ahead and ran physical shield 1.
3, 2, 1.
Cool. Take the shortcut. When I first started speedrunning this, I didn't know there was a shortcut. I was like, what? This is so cool. So, oh, my nose is itching from cat hair. Okay, as the screen's turning black the last second, go ahead and do a roll like I just did. You probably didn't, you may not have seen it, but it doesn't cause any, doesn't cause the little bar to go up at all. Once you grab the code, run into them, it'll reset your position, and you just grab one of the books.
Well, here we are again, eh?
Yeah, okay. There's something in the chat that was very useful.
There's a few less of you this
At Orchard Farm, whenever you're trying to get 12 combat multiplier, you use your potions and then you have to, it's not like you probably should, it's like you have to get all the green experience orbs from Orchard Farm. It's actually really important. I didn't think to say it, but it is.
office. Gotta get that key.
My nose is itching. Yeah, yeah, so that Orchard Farm tip is useful.
Look lively, scum. Time to move out. It's race time. Better put on a good show. Some of us have bet a lot of money on you. Win, and we like you. Lose, and you get a round in the torture chamber. That sounds fun. Yes, sounds fun. Let me hear it.
If you hit F2, you can let them hear it. Cool.
That warden trip is mine. That way, you useless filth. Call that running, you snail. Call that running, you snail.
So we're almost at the end of the prison,
Faster!
which is great.
Useless that way, you useless filth. Get a move on, you ugly maggot. Call that running, you snail.
Okay, roll now. Okay, that I got the roll without getting any punishment for it. And then make sure you say the poem out loud as he quotes it. Oh, gray is the prettiest color, for it's in her name, her eyes, and her soul. Okay. We escaped. Now, don't follow the curse. Don't follow the gold marker. Alright, follow my pathing. You have to turn left, right? This is where we're going for the race, right? Then go in this door. And then you gotta pick up all your stuff. Alright, I've had that happen where I accidentally went to the gold marker like a bimbo and didn't do what I was supposed to do. Cool. And then you gotta just admire all the silly dialogue. Oh, it's not exercise time. Cool. That sound could be really loud, by the way, so be ready for that. Now you go to the golden marker. Hit the lever and get out. Don't use force push to hit your mom. I do that all the time. Make sure you're not anywhere near whenever you do it. And just leave her in the dust, man. You don't need it you don't need to be watching her. She's a big girl. Plus she has the power to teleport wherever you are, whenever you open a door. Don't ask me how it works. I don't know, boys. That's absolutely right, Adam. You're guaranteed a sub 130 if you can recite the entire poem. I don't even know the entire poem. I'm gonna learn it. Cool. Put on multi-strike. Or multi-arrow. You don't need multi-strike. This is slower if you don't have multi-arrow 4. Use your inflame. You'll kind of know. Like, once they start moving is when it'll work. And then, as soon as he glows red, just get a full charged arrow shot on him. Just one. I mean, he's immune to damage after this. You can, I mean, I can shoot him again, but it won't do any damage. Cool. One inflame, and then I'm gonna wait for them to move. Now, like that. They'll kind of do a weird buggy movement. That's only if you don't want to spam inflame over and over. Okay. If you have multi-arrow 4, that'll be a 2-shot. Cool. That's the prison. That's the worst part of the run. It's over. Alright. Once you're out of the prison, go to Borrow Fields. We're gonna open up the maze fight. I kind of explain everything I know about the maze fight as we dive into it. First off, you really want to make sure that you're not like teleporting everywhere like I am. Like mis-teleporting everywhere, I mean. Cool. Or mis-assassin rushing. Cool.
You need to get to the palace gate in the middle of Darkwood. The gate will only open when its hunger for undead souls is sated.
I've always used inflame here, so just to keep it all the same, I'm gonna go ahead and keep spamming that. Just roll around towards undead people and inflame them. Cool. There's not a loading screen here, so just spam your assassin rush.
You need to find the woman down now.
Cool. So you just gotta run where I'm running. The maze fight is pretty RNG. There's a lot of weird stuff that happens. And when I say RNG, I kind of mean RNG. I also kind of mean like frame perfect-ish stuff. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird to know what to even call it. Once that cutscene triggers, by the way, you can skip it and go to the guild. Alright, because if you remember at the beginning of the run at Orchard Farm, we had to sleep twice. You could talk to this guy. I would do this every time if you're a new runner, and just buy all of his will potions. It's gonna help save you if you are new, and even if you're kind of seasoned. I think the world record has that in there. It'll help you not run out of potions whenever you fight Final Jack or whatever.
You have reached famous status. I have a quest card from your mother. Quickly, come to the map room and speak to me.
Cool. Go ahead and run here too. Come on, cat. Cool, so... Awesome, awesome. Don't assassin rush here, because you'll side dash. Wait till there. Go ahead and put on multi-strike now if you don't already have it. I do. kill as many of these as you can to get them out of your way. Okay, and then just run back here as you run back. Okay, I'm gonna explain this. I don't know what just happened, but this is what happens here. You're gonna, as soon as the cutscene triggers, you're gonna use and pull out your sword with multi-strike, and you have to hit him at the right time to do as much damage as possible. If you swing too early, he'll be immune still, and you won't be able to hit him at all. If you swing too late, he'll become immune again once he stands back up. So you have to hit him kind of at the right time, and it'll get as many of those multi-strikes off as possible. So I'm gonna try to do it right. Cool. So now let's try it. That was the perfect time right there. Because I got him all the way into the red, and he's gonna teleport twice. Because I got him in the red. Go ahead and get your bow out. You're just gonna teleport him. So all you do is target him, or whatever, and he'll teleport. Berserker's gonna run out. Just use it immediately. You don't need to wait for it. Have multi-strike on. Hit this door twice with your fist. Let's get up here. Let's see if we can cancel. Just follow what I do here. Hit him again. Okay, didn't work. Sometimes it'll work, sometimes it doesn't. Just aim and shoot. That's it. That's a really weird fight, so that's something to practice too. Cool. Now let's go back to the Heroes Guild. Cool, let's chase. Now we gotta chase Jack.
Hero, I must see you killed.
This is just running. You'll get used to it. The more you do this, the better it'll be. No real secrets, just don't try not to side dash like that as much as you can. That's not a bad side dash because it took me closer to the door. But you just want to be really good at when to assassin rush. Like even that wasn't bad. Like I kind of knew I was going to do that one. Yeah, getting the 2-hit on Maze at the end, that's pretty luck dependent. It kind of depends on where his health is at and stuff too. It's just really weird. So, if you can get 2 hits on that final phase, I'm reading my chat by the way. If you can get 2 hits on that final phase, kudos. I think the world record has 2 hits on it, but it's not something that happens every time. But it's not a huge time loss if you know how to react to it really quick. Which you'll learn, you'll know. The more you do this run, the more comfortable you'll get with the weirdness of Fable. This is the last focus site before we fight Jack for the first time. Which the first Jack fight is fairly easy. There we go. So that's that. Okay, put on multi-strike and multi-arrow. I've got both on already. I kind of have a habit of doing it way in advance. Especially, this room's a good room to do it in too. So, just to make sure you're good. Alright, you're just gonna multi-hit all these summoners at the start, or whatever these guys are called. Okay, you're gonna miss a lot if you're like me. And then really spam that multi-hit so it'll go berserk and multi-hit him twice. Okay, I missed the second one, that's not a big deal. Normally I don't. You can normally do it back to back, but he just barely kind of missed into he did an assassin's rush. It wasn't a big deal. Don't use slow time here. Some people do, but it actually slows it down. Just target him and shoot him twice with multi-arrow. Sometimes it takes 3. Sometimes it takes 2. Cool. Be real cautious. Target your sister. Hit that, you know, get the sword out. As soon as you can, hit that F5 button. Cool. And just equip your Sword of Aeons. Or your, whatever it is. Cool. Now let's go back to the guild. The controversy here is whether or not to get Berserk 4. Don't. That's my advice. It has saved me about almost like 8 seconds, I think is what it was when I last checked. Yeah. This part of the run is memorizing it. Memorize this. I'm doing the same pattern I do every time. If I mess it up, I'll let you know. I'll kind of say my patterns out loud, but I need to go right again after this. Don't hit escape early. That'll kind of mess up the game. So just wait for the cutscene. As far as this goes, wait for the cutscene. Like right now. Start spamming escape. And this pattern is the exact pattern I do every time I run this, so go ahead and memorize it, really. You just gotta turn all the parts into moons or suns. Doesn't matter which one you go. Like this one's obviously gonna go suns. And you'll get really used to it. Obviously where I can like kind of look away. Cool. Go to Hook Coast now. You're gonna run up the tower. That's gonna be annoying. I hate going up the stinking tower. The way I do this quest is really peculiar. Like you've got to, right now you need to put on Physical Shield and Multi-Strike. Have those on before you get up the top of this tower. Alright, if you get to the very top, you're like, oh, I forgot. Just put it on before you actually grab the Fire Heart or place the Fire Heart or whatever it is that we do here. I don't watch cutscenes, I don't know. So I have Physical Shield and Multi-Strike on. I'm gonna use Slow Time immediately. And Berserk. Then I'm gonna hit him twice. And then run. Start running towards the money bag sign. If you can get all the way to it, that's perfect. If you can't, it's not a big deal. Okay, I didn't get quite close enough. What will happen is if you can get to it, what will happen is that he won't do the blue orb. That's the difference that'll happen. Cool, and that's all you gotta do. Then you just kind of run around and dodge. You don't have to go anywhere in particular. It's gonna teleport you anyways. Cool. So even though I didn't quite execute the part of that perfectly, I just didn't quite have enough time to get to that money bag sign. you know exactly what to do now. So if you can get all the way to that sign, it's perfect because you don't have to deal with the immunity phase of that first summoner. Right here, cast Berserk and get on this guy. You gotta do damage to him. Okay, what I messed up here. What you need to do is do damage. Once you do enough damage, he'll start doing this ability. I didn't put on multi-strike, that was my problem. And then you just gotta swing at him. I think it's like 10 or 11 of his little episodes, and you'll kill him. Like, you can do damage to him again. So, I messed that up a little bit. But you know what to do now on that too. Just get in there and get as much damage as you can off the bat. If you can, he'll never jump up and do the big explosion like he did against me or whatever. So he'll just go straight into pounding the ground. So coming up here, we're just running to Snow Spire, but the quest coming up is the Oracle of Snow Spire. We got to get these tablets. There's tricks to it, or just stuff to know about it, and I'll explain all of that to you. Cool. So once you get up here, Archon Shrine. You just need to run here. Go and pull up your map, and then trigger this cutscene. You don't have to. You won't have to pull up your map, not during the quest. You just hit the M button to pull that up, or I do by default. Cool. So this is how this quest works. I'm just gonna kind of sit here for a second. One, make sure you have multi-strike on. The green dots are the only place that the correct sigils can spawn. So right here, I'm gonna read it, and there's 3 names you're looking for. Alright, you read the tombstones where the green markers are. And then the 3 names you're looking for are George W, like this is the right one, T Fung, and then I love TT. Those are the right ones to dig. And if you don't find, if it's a different name, don't dig it. But if it's like George W, you gotta dig. And we should get a yellow sigil, right, or a yellow tablet. Cool. So I'm gonna read both of these because there's a green marker. T Timmons is not right. Nope. Cool. Now I'm gonna go to the next green one. There's a bunch of dig spots, so you could just go all the way to the green one with the green dots. T-Fung, that's one of them. And there's 3 altogether, other than the one you get at the very end. So what you hope for, the first 2 don't actually matter. It's only the last one that matters. You just hope that the last one is not all the way at the very end of the deal. I'm gonna go ahead and read both of these. That was really weird. Alright, get out of here. And I utilize force push. Cool. I'm gonna go ahead and keep this up for you guys. This one could be it. Okay, that's it. Okay, now you want to take down your map. Don't keep your map up. Otherwise you're going to be really hurting on this fight. Okay, get a berserk off and start killing these 2 guys. Okay, I kind of messed that up. It's okay. And I'm dying over here. You gotta kill those. You don't have to kill the Balverine. Cool, that was a really messy fight, but you know exactly how that goes. The way the way I could have avoided getting hit, which I was thinking about how to explain it too much to actually do it. The two large summoner guys, they have this blue ball, and when they're about to throw it, you need to assassin rush so that you can dodge it. If they hit you with it, it drains all your willpower, which is how we kind of stay alive. So I didn't die or anything technically, but that's just how you dodge that and make that a little cleaner. And you need to kill all 4 of those guys that are there right off the bat. The 2 summoners and then the 2 assassin weird guys. Cool. Now that we're done with that, that's the biggest RNG spot there is in the game. Once you're done with that, you go to the Snow Spire. And you just run to the very top. There's a weird little bug here. I'm just going to show you guys what it is. Or I'm not going to show it, but I'm going to tell you what to do. This is the only time in the game where you need to hold G to use your guild seal. It bugs out if you don't. It doesn't crash the game, it just doesn't work.
Are you there? We heard what
So go to Archon Shrine.
the Archon Shrine in the northern wastes. I've made some progress with the inscription.
Cool. Once you get here, you're going to teleport with F4 again. You're not going to use the G button ever again. To go to Knothole Glade. Okay, it bugged out anyways. That's the bug I was talking about. Cool, so you get here. Just punch him real quick. You hit him twice with assassin with multi-strike. That's how that works. Cool, time to go to Archon Shrine.
Do you have that arena soul? Come back to the shrine and we'll see if it works.
Yeah, okay, during this autosave, use your force push. It's a little time save. It's not a huge one, but it is a time save. Just have multi-strike and stuff ready to go, berserk. Start force pushing until you find her. Then just start swinging. That's how this goes. I know she's gonna. Okay, so you need to make sure she goes immune. I thought she was already at low enough health. She was not. Cool. Then swing at her until she gets knocked down. Okay. Now we're gonna go to the Heroes Guild for the last soul, which is where we fight the Guild Master. If you're absolutely like worried about your will potions at this point, you can check them. You know, right, I'll hit my F4 button, go to potions. I have more than enough. And I could go to this trader if I need to. The trader that's at the Heroes Guild for more will potions, but he may not have any if you've already bought them right before the maze fight. But if you didn't buy them before the maze fight, he'll definitely still have them. And I have like 60 something. I would be pretty close if I didn't buy them before the maze fight. Because I would only have 13, I think. Cool. For this, just use your Assassin's or use your Berserk and Multi-Strike. Just whack a bunch of them. It's like the Beatles, basically. I kind of got weird luck with who he decided to give that physical shield to. It was like everyone near me. Do not hit the Guildmaster. You will crash the game if you kill him. Spam right click. Don't spam left click. You'll be sad.
Do your worst. I am no defenseless old man. that you can't begin to...
I actually think for this category, as far as like when am I gonna do 100%? First off, as soon as I do it, when am I gonna do 100%? Quick. I'm gonna do it as soon as I can. I've been real busy lately. I haven't had time to research at all. I'll talk about that after the run. This is the last part of the run. This is where we kill. This is where we kill Jack of Blades. I don't know why he rolled backwards. Cool. Put on multi-strike. Get your will to max or really close. There's a way this works, and you just gotta follow my lead on this. I'm not gonna be able to explain it too much till after, but just do exactly what I do here. Okay, you're gonna get hit. Get your physical shield back on. You don't need physical shield anymore. You get hit like once or twice. I can't remember how many I just got hit, but spam your left click, throw the mask. Cool, that's the run. Right when that little deal pops up, that's the run. So that's it. That's everything. As far as time that can be saved on this, the world record, just so you know, is 1:33 or 1 hour 33 minutes and 32 seconds. I think, for real, possibly with just like the times that are out there right now, we can get a. I think we can get a 130XX, even a sub 130. Sub 130 would be really hard, but it's possible if I can get the some of the best segments of other people who are really good at this game too. I definitely could push sub 130. But that's it for YouTube. That is the end of the tutorial run. I hope that this is really useful. Hopefully this could be like your one stop. You know, everything you need is right here. I'm gonna talk to some people about getting a written guide below for you to read stuff. It may conflict a little bit with the video. Just be ready for that. I will not be writing it because that's just not my forte. And that is it. Traditionally, we sit here and we watch the whole credits and see what our in-game time is, but I'm working on abolishing that. So I'm actually not gonna sit here and watch it. And that's gonna conclude the YouTube video. So thank you guys for watching. Grab that subscribe button if that's something you want to do. And Twitch guys, I will be right back. I'm just gonna close the stream and reopen it.